Welcome, welcome, everybody. This is Tim. Anthony's going to be joining us here any second. He's just getting his microphone set up so we can get this party started. Just want to make sure that everyone can hear me in the chat. So if you don't mind just putting in the chat box that you can indeed hear me. We've got a lot of people piling on to today's training. It's amazing. Every week it becomes more and more people, which is really, really exciting for us. So if you don't mind putting in the chat real quick that you can actually hear me before we get started, that would be absolutely fantastic. Let's see here. I see good. Judith says good. Okay. That's a start. I need you to participate if we're going to get this started here. Got some pretty exciting stuff to talk to you about today that I think is really going to help some of you who may be still struggling to kind of get this business going here. So good. Okay, everyone can hear me. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so just by a show of hands, if you don't mind chiming into the chat box here, who on this live training so far has set up their entire profit cycle business, like Anthony has shown you in the training, as well as started to get traffic and subscribers to your business? Let's see. I just want to see. It's okay if you say no. I'm not going to judge you here. Some of the people that maybe on this training may have just started, but I want to see kind of based on who we have today on these live trainings, who we've got here. All right. Judith says overwhelmed. Haven't started. Judith, specifically, what are you overwhelmed with? Have you started on step one? Marcy says, I haven't started yet. I just began and I don't know what to do. Okay, Marcy, once again, I'd ask the same question you're asking. I asked Judith. Did you start at step one? You just literally follow the steps that we have laid out in the Success with Anthony 2017 members area. So I just want to make sure. Step one is inside your Success with the Anthony members area. Yes, you have to log in. When Anthony hops on real quick, I'll have him show you real quick where inside the members area that you can find step one. You got to make sure that you have actually logged into the members area. It's like one of those things where you got to start at the wall, and the first step is you got to log into the members area. It's amazing, actually, what percentage of people never even log in, and I can't help you, and Anthony can't help you unless you actually start going through the content and logging in. Susan says, plan to start tonight. Awesome. Kennedy says, how can I use a list that I already have? One of the things you could do if you already have a list is use the email swipes that Anthony has provided and send those out to your list if you already have a list. Let's see here. Charlene says, I don't have a chat box. Not sure what you're referring to there. Marcy, I'm only able to listen to you guys. Yeah, we haven't actually started sharing our screen yet, so you won't see video until Anthony hops on and shows you his screen there. Shelly says, I haven't received my welcome.
I'm just getting some stuff set up, so
Okay.
hopefully everybody is good to go here. I'll see if I can't get something pulled up here.
Yeah, ideally it would be the members area because it seems like several people are still saying they haven't even gotten inside the members area. So Shelly says, I haven't received my welcome letter to give me my username and password. Can't get into the members area. If you can't find that email, I would definitely suggest emailing our support desk and getting your logins sent to you.
Let's see if we can't get this shown. Everybody can see my screen now?
Yes.
All right, so everybody should be able to see the screen now. So Tim, this is the members area. If you want to kind of talk them through what's What each
Yeah.
piece
So
is that I go through, that's fine.
okay. Now, actually, just so you know, you'll be getting a login from Morrison Education, which is actually the portal that Anthony hosts all of his products in, including Success with Anthony 2017. So you're going to log in there. Do you mind clicking over to Morrison Education,
Yeah.
Junior? Just so I can show them from the very start here.
All right, I'm getting it there now.
Okay. Take your time, no rush. We have a very active group today, which is exciting. I like it.
It's always exciting to have activity.
It is. I agree.
All right, so this would be, when you guys go here, you'd go to login.morrisoneducation.com, and when you log in, okay, to check your, obviously, this is so the email that you get will allow you to log in to Morrison Education. From here, you can access Success with Anthony by clicking on the SWA 2017 button right here. So there's a SWA 2017 button that you'll click because you will have access to this. Once you click that, it'll of course give you a link here to click to access the training, and then of course from there you will log right into your members area. So we built this portal right here for you. Specifically to allow you to, if you have any other of our products or anything like that, you can access everything from one spot. So that was the reason why we put everything into here, all of our software that we've developed, and then of course courses that we've developed. So you will get a login from Morrison Education. Click on Success with Anthony. It shows you this screen right here, and then when you click Access, it will log you right here into your members area. How many of you have actually done that? Just say yes if you've done that so far.
Oh, I got
We got lots of people that are saying yes, Tim. Lots and lots of people just.
Yeah, there's some people saying yes, which is good. Lots of people saying yes. Okay, Bridget, awesome. So that's step one. That's how we can help you. And also, Robert says still lost.
Well, Tim, it's interesting that people are saying they're lost because what we put together for them today, I think, is really going to help them. Really going to truly help anybody that's lost. Just kind of be thrown over. Oh, there's Robin. She's here.
Hey, Robin, we were looking for you.
I think that what we've kind of put together today, Tim, and what we're seeing here live on the webinar, truly kind of speaks to the fact that that what we plan to share with everybody and offer everybody today is truly something that they do need, because we see lots and lots of people that are saying, hey, I'm lost, I can't figure out how to get in. And the fact of the matter is, guys, let me just be totally honest with you, it works, right? Like, you can go here and click this button, and log into here. Like, that actually does work. Obviously, there's some of you that haven't figured that out yet, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that it doesn't work or doesn't exist. And so what Tim and I did was we saw the feedback. We're always looking at feedback from you guys, and we saw the feedback coming in, and we really just went out on a limb here, and we set up an entire team called Account Setup Specialists and said, hey, look, I wonder if we could literally just set up everything for everybody, meaning what if we could go through steps 1, 2, and 3 and basically just do them for you and hand deliver it to you. How many of you would like that? Just say yes in the chat box if you would like that. That would include, and I see lots and lots of people saying yes in the chat box here. I see Shelly, Marcy, Kaniti, Robin, of course, says yes. Actually, Kaniti says no. Judith says amen, so that's always good. So Tim, I'm going to pull up a little notepad here for you guys. And so what we did was we created the Account Startup Specialist. Okay, and here's what they do. They complete the steps of the SWA 2017 program for you. Okay, so this is 100% completely done. Okay, so they do it. Those steps include installing and launching your profit cycle funnel. So how many of you have not installed and not launched your profit cycle funnel? Just say me in the chat box if you have not done this. If you have not done this, you do not have your profit cycle funnel launched. So Marcy doesn't, Judith doesn't, Robert doesn't, Shelly doesn't, Susan doesn't. So there's quite a few people that do not have their, and then there's probably a few of you that are not answering and not responding. Kaniti says he doesn't. Charlene says she hasn't. Okay, so installing and launching your profit cycle funnel, I mean, I'll be honest with you, okay? This is step one, and it's required if you want to make money, okay? You pretty much can't make $1 from this if this part is not done, all right, Daryl? So if you don't do this, you cannot make money. Just say yes if you understand me. By the way, we'll be giving away a cash prize at the end of the webinar tonight, and the way that you win is you leave comments. I randomly select somebody from the comments box, so the more comments you leave, the more opportunity you have to win that cash prize. So when I ask you a question, just answer it in the chat box. It's pretty simple. Now I see lots of people answering me. Oh, look at that, Tim, amazing. Okay, so everybody understands that this is a required step if you want to make money. You cannot make money without having this happen. Now, once you do that, okay, so once you have your profit cycle business set up, you must then, okay, the next step is you must then set up and connect, we might call this integrate, your autoresponders. Okay, now setting up and integrating your autoresponders. Why do we want to do that? Can anybody tell me why that's an important step? Anybody put that in the chat box? Judith says install scares me. Kaniti says I have a different perception. Well, perception is reality. So if you have a different perception, it's a completely different reality than what reality really is. Where's the starting point? Edward, I would probably be paying close attention here. Let's see, continue to generate customers, ongoing emails, send out follow-up emails, make money. All of you are right. Step two, what this is doing is this is designed to make money in an automated way. Okay, so what that means is these emails are going to go out. Okay, so these emails are going to go out, and these emails are going to start generating revenue for you automatically. Here's the thing. This is required to increase your ROI. Okay? So this step is required if you want to increase the return on your investment. Now, your investment could be your time investment. It could be your monetary investment, whatever you want to call. And there are a few things that you actually have to do to make this happen. Number one, okay, is you need to set up your autoresponder, meaning you need to create an account. Okay, how many of you have not created your autoresponder account? Just say me if you have not created your autoresponder account. So Shelly has not created one. And it looks like Marcy and Judith and Robert, and come on, keep the me's coming. Lisa has not created her account. That's okay. This is not, nobody knows who you specifically are.
Anthony, I have a quick question for you, because I like to ask this question to very successful online business owners, which obviously you are, and this is just to hammer home the importance. If I took everything away from your business, but you could keep one thing, what would it be?
Autoresponder and my list, because I can make $1 million without having any online business as long as I have the list. So,
literally, your autoresponder is the most important asset you have in your business. So, you know, if you with Get Response, I think it's like $15 or whatever. Once you go through the free trial, they let you try it for free first. But you literally will have, there is no more powerful return on your $15 that you'll see and than having this autoresponder. So I just want to hammer home that, like, we're not just telling you this because, oh, hey, here's another, like, this is incredibly important to anyone that wants to make money online. So I just wanted to point that out.
I agree 100%. That's exactly what what I would say to everybody as well. I mean, the money is in the list, and of course you want to build your list, guys. So what that means is you need to integrate and connect your autoresponder to your profit cycle funnel. Okay, so we want to integrate that profit cycle funnel with our autoresponder so that when people come through that funnel, they instantly start joining our email list. How many of you understand what that means but don't know how to do that? Type the number 1 in. If you understand what that means, but you don't know how to do it. So Marcy says 1, Shelly says 1, Robert says 1, Judith types in the number 1, Daryl types in 1, Charlene types in 1. We got lots and lots and lots of people type. Valerie, Susan. It's all right. It's accountability. It's very good. Okay, so lots of people don't know how to specifically do this, okay? Now, we teach this right here inside the course, how to do it, but some people, like even Lisa, have an issue with actually making that connection. And then, of course, the next thing that you want to do in order to really start making money is you need to load up all the emails that we've written for you, okay? So what that means is now we need to load up the emails that we want to send out to the people that join our list. So, of course, it's simple. We set up our autoresponder, we connect it to our profit cycle funnel, then we want to load up the emails that we've already got written for you so that now those emails begin to go out and make you money. Does everybody understand these particular steps? That doesn't mean you necessarily know how to do them, but you understand why we are doing them. Bridget, Robert, or Robin, Marcy, Judith, Shelly. Okay, lots and lots of people chiming in now. Lisa does. Leslyn says, this is my first day. Welcome, Leslyn. We got lots to share with you, lots of training in the members area, of course. All right, so we see lots and lots of people saying yes. Okay, so you'll want to load up all the emails that we've written for you. Now, the next thing that we have to do if we want to be successful with this, okay, is after installing and launching our profit cycle funnel, after setting up and connecting our autoresponders, we need to locate profit centers, okay? So locating profit centers. This is pretty much like, you know, one of, I think, the most important things on the planet because, look, this, all right, this is what I would call step 3, is required to generate profits and money. Okay, I don't know how else to put that. But if you want to generate profits and money, how many of you would agree that you need to locate and install your profit center? Just say yes. So what do we need to do with that? What we need to do is we need to install the profit center into the profit cycle funnel so that you get the credit for any of the revenue. All right, does everybody understand that? Boy, we got lots and lots of people chiming in saying yes. Okay, so these are the things that we want to do. We have to complete these 3 steps, guys, in order to make money. That's just simply how it works. Now, you can argue that the Success with Anthony program is complicated. You can argue that the Success with Anthony program doesn't work. You can argue that the Success with Anthony program is not what I said it was. But all those arguments are inaccurate, false, and not true. Because what I think is really exciting about this is that these really are the only steps that you have to complete in order to have your business online, right? And I do it. Bridget says, I go through everything step by step. I mean, this is legitimately what we've done, okay? So what we looked at here is we found, let me just kind of center this up so you guys can see this. We have found that a lot of people have not completed all of these steps. Now, of course, once this is done, once we've finalized setting up and launching our business at this point, okay? So I want to do this by show of hands. If you could just type the number 1, how many of you have reached this point right here where you can say you have finalized setting up your business and launching it? Type the number 1 in. If you have set up and launched your business, all right? I see Bridget has set up and launched her business. And then I see a few others typing in the number 1. Type the number 2 in if you have not reached this point. All right, Marcy, Lisa, Shelly, Judith, and everybody chiming in. You know, Charlene, Robert, Leslyn, let's see, Susan, Daryl, Laura, Valerie. Okay, so here's what we did. All right, so Tim and I realized real fast, we realized something. And it just is kind of what it is. Here's, let me not make that capital letters. Here's what Tim and I realized. Number 1, for those people that do reach the My Business is Launched goal, they end up making very good money. Okay? Does everybody understand that? So for everybody that reaches this goal, they end up making very good money. In fact, over 300 plus people have made money using this profit cycle business in the last 30 to say 45 days once it was launched and live in their accounts. Okay? So we figured this out. This is a given, right? This is something that cannot be disputed because we have all of the documentation. We also realized that most people who have not succeeded simply never got their business launched. So what that means is that a higher percentage of people, okay, a higher percentage of people that have not made money doing this program yet were in the bucket of people that had never actually launched their business. So what that means is that once you have launched your business and reached this point right here, you have a much greater chance and a much higher propensity of making money. Is everybody with me on that? Say yes. All right, I see lots and 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 lots of yeses coming in. Shelly, Marcy, Lisa, Kenny, Bridget, Robert, Judith, Susan, Leslyn. I mean, there's just tons and tons and tons of you saying yes now. Valerie says yes, and then Charlene says yes. So everybody's saying yes. So here's what we did. I want to ask you, would you agree that Tim and I were super transparent and shared everything step by step inside the program that you need in order to launch your business and reach this goal? Would you agree, yes or no, that we did? Okay, I see lots and lots of yeses. I want to know if you agree that we did not hold anything back. Inside of this program, we step by step walk you through every single thing. And so all of the same people that have not launched their business yet are saying yes. Charlene, Susan, Judith, Robert, Shelley, Marcy, Lisa, Bridget, you know, Robin, Daryl. I mean, everybody's saying yes, 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 yes. Leslyn says, I don't know yet. I haven't had any training. So Leslyn, you'll want to log into the members area and kind of go through that. That'll be a very good thing for you to do if you're brand new. So obviously you haven't necessarily gone through everything. Shelley says, a lot of instructions, it's overwhelming. It's not your fault, but it is a little bit overwhelming. And so that's what we found. You see, the good thing, the great thing about being a part of the SWA 2017 program is simply that Tim and I listen to your feedback. Imagine that. We listen to your feedback. Now, that does not mean that we always are going to be able to do everything for you, because at the end of the day, I had a good friend of mine. How many of you know who Bob Proctor is? Just say yes if you know who Bob Proctor is. Anybody know who Bob Proctor is in here? Just say yes. All right, so Shelley knows who Bob Proctor is. Let's see. Let's see. Charlene says no. So a few of you say yes, a few of you say no. It's all about, Bob Proctor is one of the, I guess, one of the most well-respected speakers, and he was in the movie called The Secret. He's been around an awfully long time. Very, very intelligent person. And he was here filming with me. And it's, I think that this might be really telling right here for you guys. I want you to read this for me. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I can type it out for you. All right, does everybody see where it says right here on the screen, we will help you build your business? Okay. Does everybody see where I have this written here for you? We will help you build your business. Okay? So Bob told me something that I thought was extremely interesting, and I think it applies to this very, 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 very well. When we say we will help you build your business, here's what we mean. We will help you. Do you see that? Do you see where it says we will help you? Just type the number 1 in if you see that. And then, okay, so I got lots and lots and lots of people typing the number 1 in. And then he said, Anthony, it's important that your students understand that when they read this sentence, we will help you build your business, it says they understand that you say, we will help you, but you build your business. Does that make sense to everybody? Type the number 2 in if that makes sense. Because here's the thing. Clearly logging into our program and looking at our training does not build your business. There's no, you've got to click buttons. You've got to go through certain steps. Like we're not sitting there doing it for you. And when he was showing me this, he wrote this out on a napkin for me. He's such a smart person. And he kind of broke it down for me. He said, most people read this and they say, okay, we're going to help you build your business and you expect us to build the business for you, but that's not necessarily something that we can do through an online training program. So what I said to Bob was, and I said this to Tim, I said, Tim, what if we could do this? What if we could change this, okay? And what if we could do it like this? What if we could say, we build your business? How would that work? How would that look to our students? How would that make people feel? How many of you would like if that was the way that it was written? We build your business, literally. We just simply do it for you. Shelly says that would be great. Okay? It looks like Laura says that, and Robin says that. And then so many other people are saying that. Now, that does not mean that we won't help you. That means we will build your business. You run your business. You run your business with our help. You see, I can change things around in a completely different way. Meaning, if you're struggling to get your business to the point where it's launched, okay, that would be a very, very, very tough struggle. That essentially means, okay, that you're unable to run a business. You can't learn to run your business unless your business is actually online. How many of you feel like you could learn, okay, to build the business and to run the business if you could sit there with my team while they did it for you? So that does not mean that they hand deliver it to you and you never see what happens. That means instead of us giving you a manual and saying, here, go fishing, what we do is we send one of our professional fishermen out on the boat with you, and we say, here, we're going to go ahead and catch dinner for you tonight. Here's how you fish. Oh, by the way, we would like for you to, of course, learn how to fish so you can continue fishing. How many of you understand that? Just say yes. Meaning, we build it for you so that you can get it up and running and start making some money. But we also show you how we're doing it, how we're connecting your autoresponder, how we're loading your emails, how we're launching the actual profit cycle, how we're installing the profit centers, so that you then also know how to do this for yourself. You see, what we found is that if people can just get to this point right here, they start to have a shift in the way that they think. Because guess what? Once you have launched your business, you start earning money. Now, once you earn money, how many of you are going to be more excited, more motivated, and more kind of in tune with the entire program? Just say yes if that's you. All right, I see Marcy, I see Robin, I see Bridget, I see Judith, I see Charlene, I see Robert, I see Shelly says the stress will be off of me, Daryl, Lisa, Laura, Leslin, Susan. I mean, I got tons of people. Benjamin's jumping in. All right, so I got lots and lots of people. Actually, Benjamin, you took advantage of this earlier today. You are the first person to take advantage of us being able to build this for you. I remember seeing my team let me know that you had jumped in on this. So, so what Tim and I did was we said, okay, look, if we can just get people to start earning money, okay, if we can just get to this point, this whole money thing right here, if we can get you to start earning money, then you're going to be really, really excited, really motivated. And of course, if you're motivated, you will then scale your business and of course, make more money. You see, it's very hard to sit here and churn and burn if you've not got a business up and running and launched where you can actually start seeing some money come in. If you get stuck up here on these 3 steps, would you agree that you have absolutely no chance in the world at ever making $1 with this? Just say yes if that is you, if you would agree with me. Okay, so while you would like to learn to launch your business yourself, do you think it would be smarter? Do you think it would be more intelligent? Do you think it would be a better business decision to let us launch the business with you and for you? So we do all the techie stuff. We do all 3 of these steps. We get your business launched while showing you exactly how to do it so that there's no little cracks that you fall through, no roadblocks, no obstacles, nothing holding you back. And it's going to continue to then inspire you to actually do this because, hey, you've now got a real business online. Right? So our team sets this part up for you, and then of course they teach you how to run this business and how to duplicate what they did. How many of you feel like that is something that you could use to get you over the hurdle, over the obstacle, and over the nuance of, I don't have my business live, even though I know all the training to do it is over here, there's this thing and that thing and this techie thing and that techie thing that I just can't seem to get past. All right, so I see Daryl, Lisa, I see Laura, I see Robin, I see Leslin, I see Robert, I see Marcy, I see Charlene and Judith. I see tons and tons of you saying yes. So here's what Tim and I did. We trained only, and I say only, 3 individuals to be our startup specialist. Now, these 3 individuals understand exactly how to start up your profit cycle business. They understand how to set up your autoresponder. They understand how to load the emails into it. They understand how to connect it to your profit cycle funnel, and they understand how to install your profit center for you 100%. Okay? Does everybody understand what we did? We trained 3 people in the last 2 weeks. We kind of planned this because we saw that this was a big roadblock for people, and we saw if we could just get you over that roadblock that you could actually start making money. You could actually have some success. You could actually get to the point that you want to be at, which is where you're actually running a business, not trying to build a business. It's a lot like driving a car. I'll give you that analogy. You see, if everyone had to build their own car before they could go drive, how many of you would agree with me that there would literally just be nobody driving cars right now? Just say yes. If you had to build your own car, even if you had a great guide and you had a great teacher and you had all this stuff, we're not wired to build cars. Bridget says I would be walking. So would I, Bridget. I would be walking too. I would not have a Ferrari. I would not have a Rolls Royce. I would not have a Cadillac. I would not have a Mustang. I wouldn't have anything. I would be walking or riding a bicycle. But you see, the great thing about driving is that we don't have to build that complicated part. We don't have to build that techie part. We don't have to build anything. In fact, what's happening is we're delivered that car already built, and then all we've got to do is learn how to operate that car, learn how to drive that car, and learn how to successfully use the car to do what we want it to do, which is get us from point A to point B. How many of you could see your profit cycle business being a lot like a car? It's sometimes difficult to build, and therefore if you can't build it, you can never run it. But if you could just have it built for you, you could run it. And we all know that we can drive a car, we can operate a car, we can have success. We can do the same thing with a profit cycle business if it's just built for us. Just say yes in the chat box if that's you. All right, I see lots and lots and lots and lots, tons of yeses flying into the chat box. Tim, we have an extremely electric crowd today.
Unbelievable.
Beyond my comprehension. I mean, Marcy, Valerie, every time I look up, there's new people chiming in. They're just going nuts in the chat box today. Daryl is in. I mean, it is absolutely going off, man. I don't know what to think. So here's what we did. We trained these startup specialists, and of course, we told them, okay, here's the deal. We are willing to give you access to our students. In other words, we're willing to offer our students the opportunity to let you set this up for them, okay, in a series of two phone sessions, okay? So it's a series of 2 phone sessions whereby on session 1 is the setup, okay? So session 1 is where literally you're going to go through the entire setup process, meaning we're going to have your business live. And then session 2 is going to be the review. Do you have questions? How did we do it? All of those types of things will be answered right here inside of session 2. So that essentially, session 1, you have your business live. Session 2, if you have any questions about that live business and how it got live and how it got to where it's at, we, of course, will answer them. How many of you understand that now? Just say yes. And, of course, this will take place within about 48 hours. Okay? So within about 48 hours, you will have your business live. Okay? You will also have someone there to review your business on the telephone, live person, not some kind of robot or anything, live person, one of our startup specialists that we trained to do this. The whole reason that we did this was because we want to get you guys past these roadblocks, and we want to get you over to have the opportunity to be successful with this program. Say yes if you would like to talk to one of our startup specialists. Just say yes. If you think that would be a good fit for you. Leslyn, Shelley, Robin, Marcy, Lisa, Robert, Kennedy. Gosh, I got so many coming in now, Tim. It's crazy. I can't keep up with them. Marcy, Lisa, Robert, Kennedy, Judith, Susan, Laura, Daryl, Benjamin. Benjamin, you're already in on that, I saw. Let's see. Shelly says, could they have access to my website while I'm on it? So, Shelly, that's what they'll do. They'll be able to set that website up for you, and then, of course, they'll be able to access it with you, and that should make things really, really, really easy. And Charlene says, I'm supposed to be hearing from Nathan. So, Charlene, you must have already maybe possibly spoken to Nathan, but you'll be able to actually take advantage of that right here, right now, live, if you want to. So here's what we did. We basically set up an opportunity for you guys to work with our startup specialist. Now, obviously, working with a startup specialist, it does require some form of investment in their time. How many of you understand that? That these guys, these are, by the way, they're not employees of mine, okay? These people are not my, let me just say, these are not Anthony's employees, okay? These are people that I know, all right, that I asked to do this for me and for you. They are not my employees, which means I do not pay them anything, okay? That literally, they are people that are smart marketers that said, yep, I think I could do this. I think I would like to do this for you and for your students as long as I'm compensated for my time. How many of you feel like making an investment in a startup specialist to just get this done so your business can start making money is something that you think is a good business decision? Type number 1 in. All right, I see lots and lots of people. Now, what I'm interested in, because these guys told me what they wanted, so these guys told me exactly what they thought a fair investment for 2 sessions and obviously setting up your business and guaranteeing that your business is live and it's done and it's ready to rock and roll, and then answering any of your questions about it. They told me what they would charge for that, but I'm interested to hear from you. How much do you feel like that's worth, right? You know, obviously coaching and things, sometimes $4,000, $5,000, but that's obviously not, I would never ever allow them to do that. I would find even cheaper people if I could, but these are the best of the best. So how much do you think that that is worth for you to be able to have it set up, have it done, and not have to even worry about all this techie stuff at all? Somebody says, I can't put a price on that. That's Marcy. That's great. But, you know, put in the chat box what you would be willing to pay for that. I'm interested. I'll read them out. Let's see. I'm looking through the chat box trying to see. And by the way, it's not like if you put something in there that you absolutely have to pay that price. If you put $4,000 in there, we're not going to say, okay, it's $4,000. Let's see. I see lots and lots of people typing in. Lisa says $500. Kennedy says $497. Let's see. Somebody said $4,000. I think that's probably because I mentioned $4,000. Somebody said $1,997. That's a good guess. That's a pretty good guess. Let's see.
Anthony, you mind if I say one thing real quick?
Go for it.
Because I think this is important, is that whether you want to make $500 a month online or, you know, $50,000 online, these 3 steps have to happen. Okay, so the cool thing is that if you get these 3 steps done, the sky is the limit on what you can do. I know that specifically, Anthony, over the last year or so, I think you've had at least 3 7-figure done profit cycle businesses, right, with ClickFunnels, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so, and that's because Anthony likes to take massive action. Now, not everybody on here wants to make $1 million. If you want to, great, but you got to start somewhere. But the cool thing is that you got to do these 3 steps first. They have to be done, whether you do them or you make a smart decision and have one of our startup specialists do it for you and ensure that it's done right and that it's ready to go in the next 48, 72 hours. But the cool thing is then you have this asset, this machine that can make you the type of money, whatever your goal might be. It's not like you got to keep doing more of it per se to make more money. We're going to show you how to be able to scale up that business, but you got to have these 3 steps in place. So if you're serious about making money online, then if you haven't done this already, if you haven't put the pieces together, then I would strongly urge you to look at investing a little bit of money to get this done, to make sure it's done, in order to be able to now have a business that you can take to whatever level matches the goals that you're looking for. So I just wanted to say that we're building them a business that they can take to the moon if they want.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And I will say that this is not for everyone. Typically, we have a big crowd today, which we're really excited about. We have never offered anything for sale on the Profit Live series. We typically just get on here and teach. And I actually feel like this is outlining the steps that are required to launch your business, and it's helping you to understand what is required to be successful. How many of you kind of have a clearer vision of what you have to do now in order to be successful and launch your business? Just say yes after being on this webinar tonight, right? So I see lots and lots of yeses. So this is obviously a great opportunity for us to clarify things. It's a great opportunity for us to put things into perspective. It's a great opportunity for us to really help you help yourself, and that's what it's really all about. But we have a lot of people asking us to do it for them. They say, Anthony, Tim, I want my business live. I want to make $100 next week. And we say, okay, well, let us teach you how to get some traffic to your business. And they say, well, but I don't have a business live. And we're like, okay, well, but we can't make you make money until you have this business live. We have one student that made $9,000 a month. $9,000 a month. Well, that student had to first have their business live, okay, before they could start earning money. It was just kind of a simple thing. So when you ask us to essentially make you make money, we say, okay, we know exactly how to do that. We know exactly how to turn on the traffic spigot that's going to start making you make commissions off this funnel immediately right now, like within the next, I don't know, sometimes within 30 minutes, but certainly within 24 hours. Okay, that is a given. We know that. We can prove that. We know that. But what we can't do is turn that traffic on. We can't make that process happen unless you first have a business that's live. Okay, and so that's the obstacle for us, is we've got to get your business live so that you can actually make money. That's why we put this startup specialist thing together. Now, we sent out an email about this earlier today asking you to call in. How many of you called into our office? Just type the number 1 in if you called into our office today. So I see a few people that called in to our office about this. Robert, Benjamin, I already know you're set up with a startup specialist, so Charlene did. Somebody said didn't see an email. I can't see your name yet. Shelly. Okay, so a few of you called into our office about this. Here's the thing: with three startup specialists, we are limited. Okay, we have limited time, so limited students. Does that make sense? We just couldn't find anybody else, okay? Just kind of the way that it was. We could not find any more people that we trusted to set up your profit cycle business the right way the first time. We only were able to find 3 individuals, and that's it, okay? So these 3 individuals, that's all we got. We don't have 24, 45, and all that stuff. We only have 3. Again, they're not my employees. These are people that we literally know are going to take care of you. So we said, hey, look, we'll set this up. You guys take care of our students, and then we'll make sure that you're compensated for taking care of our students. But at the end of the day, all we want is our students to have their businesses live, and we want it to be done by people that are smart and people that will do it the right way the first time. Okay? Everybody understand that? After today's phone call, okay, so today's phone call, we had about 17 people take action, give or take. That's what they're telling me. I don't know, because we've been on this webinar for an hour. It is what it is, so I'm not 100% sure. So we had about 17 people take action. They have told me that based on the amount of time that it takes on each one of these sessions here, okay, that we're probably going to be somewhere in the 25-person quota, meaning they'll have about 25 people that they can work with, and that's it. This is a pilot program, so this link that I'm going to give you in a second may not work if you watch this on a replay later on or something like that. There's a good chance the link won't work. If it works, then it's available. If it doesn't, then it's not. It's quite simple. But we obviously don't control these 3 individuals and how much time that it takes them to set up an entire business, and then, of course, to walk you through how that is done and make sure all of your questions are answered. So what we did was we set up a specific site. So here's how you can enroll. This is the enrollment website, okay, for the startup specialist. Now, I am going to give you this URL, but the first thing I'm going to do is ask you how many of you are interested in taking action and doing this, because there are probably only about maybe 5 to 7 slots available for this. So I don't want to drop this link and then have a bunch of people angry and mad that cannot get enrolled into it, because we simply, they will close it down because they can't get on the phone if they can't get on the phone. So type the number 1 in if you feel like taking action and having them set up everything for you is smart and that is something you want to do. I see Robert, Shelley, Leslyn, Marcy, Lisa, Judith. I see lots more coming in, typing the number 1 in. Okay, Daryl says yes. Nettie says yes. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that likely during this webinar, all of these slots are going to be filled, and all of the opportunity to enroll in this is going to be closed down. Okay, so I'm going to give you the link, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a quick Q&A session. Okay, so just a quick Q&A session with Tim and I about this opportunity. Okay, Charlene, if you've already called but you have not been set up with a startup specialist, then yes, you can go to this URL, because this is an enrollment URL. So it won't matter call or not, if you go to this URL, you can actually secure your startup specialist, okay, at this website address. What we're going to do is I'm going to give you the URL. Here's what I think you should do. Step 1, you should enroll if you plan to enroll so that you don't miss out, okay? And then step 2 is ask any questions you might have about the process and the offer, okay? So in other words, the first thing you want to do is go get enrolled, because we are only going to be able to take about 7. I'll have to actually, when I do this, I'll let Tim start talking, and I'm going to give the guys a call and see if anybody else has enrolled in this since we started, because we've been on here about an hour, and we want to make sure that we don't oversell it, because they won't do it. They'll refund you and say they can't help you. Their time is time. You can't create more. You can't create more time. So it is what it is. So here's the deal. This is where you can go. I believe it was this URL right here. Okay. This is for your account. If you go here, you will see a quick little video from me. Now, the video from me is talking about what this program is. You don't necessarily need to watch that video, because I mean, look, I put the link in the chat box as well. There's no real reason for you to watch the video, because I have just sat here and explained to you what this program is. The thing is if you know that right now you need somebody to set this business up for you, then going to that URL and clicking that enroll button is extremely important, so that you can secure your spot in the next 7 people or so that are going to have our startup specialist set your entire business up for you. That means done for you. You don't have to worry about it anymore. You don't have to struggle anymore. You don't have to worry about how are you going to make $1 anymore. You can start running your business instead of trying to build cars. That's the way I see it. You can go to swa2017.com/account. That page literally was just set up today. I've put it in the chat box for you. You should be able to see it. Type the number 1 in if you were able to get to that page. Type the number 1 in, because I'll be honest with you, I have not even tested that page because it was literally set up about 10 minutes before we got on here. So type the number 1 in if you were able to get to that page. Looks like Marcy was able to get there. Janet was able to get there. Todd is able to. Hey, Todd. Todd is here. Okay, very good. Todd was able to get here. Tim, do you have anything you want to add? Leslyn was able to get there. Daryl is able to get there. If you get there, go to the button that says enroll. Click that. That will give you the enrollment form, Kennedy. That will give you the enrollment form, and I will keep you guys up to date and let you know as people enroll, so that you know if we've reached our limit. Tim, do you have anything that you can add to this? Because I know people are really excited about it. I see a ton of people going to take action, a ton of people that want to, they're ready to just have this done for them. And I'm glad we could brainstorm, come together, and truly figure out something that is going to work for them, and something that is going to really get their business off the ground and make them finally be in business. They can run their business doing what we teach them, and of course we can help them actually start making real money. That's obviously the most important thing. So I don't know if you have anything you want to add to it, but I'm really excited. I see tons of people that are already going there. In fact, we've already had I've got the guys texting me. It looks like Nate just texted me and said we had 3 people enroll. So we're at 20. Okay, so we've had now 20 take action. So we have 5 left. So let me just update this, because I want to make sure that once we run out, we completely run this out. Okay.
Yeah. While you're doing that, Anthony, I do want to say one thing that it was not stated in the 3 steps that may seem obvious to some of you, but having done this, having helped students for the last 7+ years build these online businesses, one of the biggest roadblocks that students, especially when they start off with, and we've all had this, especially in the beginning. I had this, Anthony had this, is that a lot of people don't like the feeling that they have to sell something, okay? But the truth is, that's how the economy works. People buy and sell something. They've been doing it for thousands of years before money even existed, right? And that's just part of human nature. But I get it, that at first it's like hard to think, oh, how do I sell this person? What do I sell? Well, one of the things that the profit cycle business does is it automates the process of the selling for you. What Anthony's created will all do all the selling and telling for you, which is very, very important in order for someone to see their first success. Because I remember I started trying to make money online in 2008. I didn't have my first success till 2010. And one of the reasons was because I kept trying to sell myself, and I was not a very good salesperson. Now, over the years, I've become better, and mainly because I look to be able to provide value to people and give them what they need. And with your profit cycle business, everybody needs a web presence, right? Everybody needs a squeeze page to build a list. Everybody needs a website. Everybody needs something to sell. And this Done For You profit cycle business includes all of that in one. And the good thing is that, you know, what we've included in this members area and in the SWA members area is fantastic. If you follow the steps like some of you have, you'll already start seeing success. But the only downside to that, which we've sort of talked about, and I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but I do want to restate it, is that none of that's valuable if you can't get the business live. And the truth is,
Tim, I wanted to break in. We just had Leslyn jumped in. So Leslyn, congratulations. Nate just texted me and said you had jumped in. So Leslyn, you are in, and we got your spot secured. There's 4 left. And Tim, also, not to just interrupt completely, but it is so important. It's so important that we keep everybody up to date on something like this, considering that, you know, these guys don't have a certain amount of time. I saw that Kennedy, you tried to get enrolled, and it looks like they said that your card was just declined, so likely you'll need to call your bank. That's what normally happens. You just have to flip your card over and dial the number that you see on it, and then let them know you're just trying to make a purchase online. Either that or just use a different credit card. But I just wanted to let you know that. I don't know if there's anybody else still trying to get in and get a startup specialist. If you're still trying to get in and get one, type the number 1 in, just so I can see how many people are trying to get one of our startup specialists and on the order form right now. So I can kind of give the guys a heads up. So we do have 4 of these slots left. Charlene says she's on the order form getting one or taking advantage of this, and I know that Kennedy is. So that would drop us down 2 and leave us 2 left. So that's extremely important. And for those of you that you know that have already gotten started and feel like, okay, well, I don't know if I need somebody to set this up 100% for me. If you've been enrolled in Success with Anthony here for more than, I would say, 3 days, and you don't have your business live, you don't have your business like literally up and running live, ready to take business and make money, then I would highly suggest you take advantage of this, because this is not something, if you've been on our webinars, you know that we have not offered this in the past, and we may not ever offer this again. I don't know. It's 100% dependent upon what our startup specialists decide to do. That's not something we can really control. But what I will say is that if you don't have your business live, this makes an insane amount of sense for you, because we need you to have that business live so that you can make money. Now, either you can do it on your own, or you can invest in time for somebody else to do it for you. My thing is that no matter what, you must do something, right? You either must do it on your own or have somebody do it for you. Now, I always look at it as, if someone can do it for me and I can earn while I learn, well, then that makes a ton of sense, right? How many of you would agree with me? Just say yes. Because if you're spending all this time and all this energy and all this money, but you're not actually making any money back, okay, then you're not getting anywhere. You see what I'm saying? And we personally, Tim and I don't have time to do it for you, but Susan and Charlene and Leslyn and Bridget and Marcy and Judith and Robin and Lisa and everybody that's responding here, I mean, we have gone out and found the people that will do it for you. And they will literally have this set up and done. That is hardly ever found. You're hardly ever going to find somebody that's going to take the time to do this stuff for you. And that is I think that's a huge, huge value there that cannot be overstated, is that this is somebody that's going to build this business. They're going to hand it to you. And in the next 48 hours, you're going to actually have a business live online that you can show people, that you can send people to, and that you can make money with, right? So instead of this whole idea of making money online seeming like some kind of, little vision off in, Never Never Land or something, it literally will be, this whole vision of making money online will be right in front of your face, because you will literally be able to go straight to a website that you own and that you make money from. Lisa says it's a huge value, and Susan says it's a great offer. And that's the only thing you'll ever see from us, is a great offer. If we ever do decide to have an offer on our Profit Live webinars, which we rarely do. In fact, we never have before. This would be the first offer. It's because we see there's a need for it. It's not because, oh, we want to make a bunch of money. Look, truth be told, we're giving this money to these guys to set this business up for you. This has absolutely zero to do with us and everything to do with you, right? This is not like we're saying go buy some other software, go buy some other program. That's not what we're doing. What we're saying is, hey, look, if you're at a point right now where you invested in this program, and you've been in this program for 72 hours, and in 72 hours you have not figured out how to launch your own business, have the business live, then you need somebody to do it for you, because it should not take more than 72 hours to get this business live and to have this business online, ready to start making you money, generating traffic, and of course, crushing out some actual profits for you and for your business. So the fact of the matter is if you haven't done that, then you need the startup specialist. In fact, we just had one more that actually got taken there, Tim. So we are officially down to 3. So we officially have 3. I know we have Charlene and Kennedy that are both still trying to get in right now, but we officially have 3 startup specialist slots available for you guys. I have no clue how many of you are actually on the order form trying to take advantage of it. Some of you are probably watching the video of me. Well, Charlene just got in. Never mind. Charlene, you are in. I see that you just jumped in. So actually we have 2. So we have 2 of these slots available right now. So 2 slots available. And Charlene has just finalized and jumped in. Charlene says this is awesome. Is anyone else still trying to get in? Type the number 1 in if you are, because I want to look and make sure. We've only got 2 slots left. So if we've got 4 or 5 people on the order form, then what I'm going to want to do is, of course, advise some of you once we get those ones coming in. So Renee, we haven't heard from you until just now. Renee types the number 1 in. So Renee is trying to get enrolled. So Renee, awesome. If you jump in and you're one of the next 2 that gets in, we'll take care of you. And Kennedy says on the phone with the bank. Yeah. So Kennedy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save your spot, because I know you were trying to talk with your bank. So I'm going to save your spot with a startup specialist, because I saw you actually tried to get enrolled. So I'm going to make sure I save your spot and make sure you do have that availability once you get off the phone with your bank, because that's the fair thing and the proper thing to do if you jumped in and you try to take action. Let's see. Looking for other people that are saying yes. We have somebody else that just said yes. I can't see who it is. So it looks like, between Lisa, Kennedy, Renee, and it looks like 2 other people, but the name's not coming through. We have 2 slots left, so I'm going to let you take back over, Tim, for a second while I stay in contact with Nate here, so that I can shut this order form down once we reach our level. Actually, never mind, guys. We have 1 left. Robert Moorhead just jumped in. So Robert, congratulations and welcome aboard. Looks like Robert is getting in on an account startup specialist, so that is really awesome. So Robert, congratulations. Thank you so much for being here, and we look forward to having our account setup specialist help you to take your business and get it launched and live online. So everybody say congratulations to Robert. He jumped in. We've got 1 slot that is still available. So Tim, I'm going to let you chat for just a second while we wait. I think Lisa and Renee and Kennedy are still trying to get in here, and I'm going to make sure that I wait for Nate and see if he's got any feedback for me.
Yeah, and one thing I want to say that is probably the most exciting part about this, and like Anthony said, 90% of the time when we come on Profit Live, we're just going to teach you. We're never going to sell you anything because, frankly, we've given you all the tools you really need inside the Success with Anthony members area. The only reason we decided to create the account specialist is because some people still, were having issues with getting that set up, which I totally understand. I am one of the least technically inclined people I know, and so I typically pay other people to do stuff for me. So if this had been me on the other side of the line, I probably would have taken advantage of it too. But what's most exciting for Anthony and I is that now when you guys show up next week to Profit Live, there's going to be such a higher percentage of you that have your business live where we can really roll up our sleeves and help you grow your business. Because that's really what we want to do with these Profit Live sessions is help you take it from that zero to, whatever the $10,000 a month level or somewhere in between, depending on where you really want to take this. But what we had noticed was that the last few Profit Live sessions, a lot of people were still sort of stalled, and that's why we put our heads together and came up with this idea. And so really, really excited selfishly to start doing these Profit Live sessions even more now that we know a lot of you will be able to be able to take action, and we can kind of help you dial in your business. And one thing I noticed, and I noticed to a couple people that just couldn't unfortunately afford the specialist, is that all of them said, "What an amazing offer," and that feels good to Anthony and I because we never want to offer you guys something that you don't perceive as valuable, whether you take us up on it or not, and we hope you do because we just want to advance you in your business. But even the folks that just couldn't do it, there's a few of you, the fact that you said, hey, this is awesome, this is really, really valuable, knows that we really are on the right track here with providing a handful of you that got on this with the Startup Specialist. So that's super exciting.
Yeah, I'm thrilled about it, and I know that everybody watching this webinar right now is thrilled about it, and so many people saying that it's definitely worth it, and they're really excited about it. And Tim, that's why we do these webinars. That's why we put this stuff together. That's why we've made this huge commitment to our students to truly be here to help them have massive success. So guys, for those of you that did jump in on this, we actually do not have 5 left. We have 1 left because we did have somebody jump in. So we do have 1 of these left. What's going to happen is, we're going to wrap up today's webinar. And if this link works for you when you go there, then that means that the offer is still available and will still work for you, okay? So I want to reiterate that in case we decide to, in case we hop off and there's people that are still trying to get on, obviously, this is something that I believe is going to help you tremendously. This is the website address that you go to. It's swa2017.com/account. When you get there, you'll see a video of me talking, driving around in my truck or something like that. But you really don't have to watch that video. There's an enrollment button right below that. And once you click that enrollment button, it will give you the opportunity to then go ahead and get enrolled and secure your spot. Again, if this works, that means that the offer is still available for you. If that link does not work, then that means we have closed down the Startup Specialist program. Does that make sense to everybody? Just say yes. All right, because I know there were a couple of people that are still trying to get in, saying, hey, I've got to get a credit card, I've got to go get this, I got to go get that, I can't do it right this minute. But we can't obviously sit on the webinar for 4 hours and wait for you. So we do have 1 left. That's not any kind of false sense of scarcity or anything like that. Marcy says, I'm working on jumping in right now. Leslyn had a good question. She said, do you know when they will call? So Leslyn, on the thank you page that we have put together for this, typically that phone call typically, so once you've enrolled, your startup specialist should call you within 48 hours. So they're going to put you on their schedule, and they should call you within 48 hours. Now, here's the important thing. You need to make sure you answer telephone calls. How many of you can see how it would be very important to answer all telephone calls that you get for the next 48 hours? Just say yes. All right, so everybody's with me. That's very, very important. If you don't answer the telephone calls, then it would be kind of hard for your startup specialist to help you. So we want you to make sure that you answer all of your phone calls for the next 48 hours. If you see them from a random number or something like that, they're going to call to the number that you used when you enrolled. So that's, of course, something else that's important, is to make sure that you're available at that phone number. And so that makes sense, okay? All right, so guys, what we want to do is we want to thank you for being here on this live training here for Success with Anthony. For those of you that are still trying to get enrolled, that is a phenomenal, not sure why Tim is Skyping me. Tim, no Skyping while I'm live.
No, that was from earlier. I think I was delayed. Sorry about that.
Gotcha. Yes, otherwise I will be distracted. But as you can see, attendance is up 60%. You guys probably saw that. That means, look, we're growing. The system is growing. The number of people using this is growing. The opportunity for you to be successful with this is growing. All you've got to do is take massive action. Go to the link. Let us get your business set up for you, and let us help you help yourself to be massively successful. Again, everybody, the link on the screen right here, swa2017.com/account. This link is available. It's working right now. When the opportunity is closed down, this link will not work. So we've got one slot left. I know we had a few people that are vying for it. We will make sure that we honor it for the next person that jumps in. With that said, guys, I'm Anthony Morrison, and of course, this is Tim Donovan. And we are so thankful to have had you here today. We look forward to seeing you next week on the Profit Live series. How many of you are going to be with us next week on the Profit Live series for another intense, awesome, step-by-step guidance to you having massive success? Just say yes, 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 yes. I see lots of yeses. Look at all the yeses.
I love it.
Just there's people saying yes left and right. I don't even know what to think about it. So many
It's fun.
people.
Makes it fun.
Everybody will be here. Well, listen, guys, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. We know your time is valuable. It's always a humbling experience for us to see so many people showing up to listen to what we have to say, and of course to taking action with what we're doing. It's a phenomenal experience, and we're certainly thankful to have you here and spend an hour with you today. So with that said, take massive action. Go to the URL. Let us get your account set up. Let's get you on the road to having massive success. And I'll talk to you guys next week on the Profit Live series. Bye now.